Hey guys, welcome back to Demo Lab. We're back in our top secret testing facility, literally dozens of inches below the Earth's crust. I'm here with my resident stunt guitarist, William, and as always, I'm Clem, flying across the room here. And we're here today to show you a really cool pedal. It's one of the newest pedals from JHS. It is the Mike Campbell signature Calhoun V2. They originally had the V1. It sold out instantly. They only had like a couple hundred of them or something like that.
Because it's got a dog on it.
It's because it's got a dog. That's like 90% of the reason.
Save the dogs.
So in case you didn't know, Mike Campbell is actually one of the founding guitarists for Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. He's practically a rock institution at this point, and he doesn't really promote much, but when he does, he promotes some really cool stuff. For instance, the Calhoun V2. It's basically going to be an overdrive and a fuzz in one pedal. It's going to be their vintage tube overdrive circuit that they've actually tailored specifically for Mike, and then they have the Firefly circuit on the right side here for their fuzz. Really awesome old school vintage tone that you can pull out of it. Just some amazing lead tones if you're into that really old vintage Velcro-y pull apart Jack White sound, or think Satisfaction or any sort of those songs. It's got that in this box, guaranteed. We're just such a huge fan. We're actually going to show off the overdrive side. You just heard both the overdrive and the fuzz at the same time. This got the options, of course, obviously to put them individually. The best part is you can switch them with this little switch right here to have it go overdrive fuzz or fuzz overdrive. William, you familiarize yourself with the settings on this pedal. What do you think so far?
Yes, I think it's pretty dynamic as far as what it can do, the various sounds that it can make. The overdrive could be depending on the setting, it can go as low as being just like a tone sculpting thing, semi-clean boost, if you will, with a kind of an EQ on it via the treble and the bass knobs, and as well as a lead tone if you like it, diamond the drive out. And over here on the fuzz, just to enlighten you, something that I had to get familiar with was the EQ on it. Now the EQ itself, when you dial it back to the left, is going to give you more of a brighter sound, more treble. If you turn it to the right, it's going to be more MIDI. Doesn't really add any low end, just kind of a tone knob in it, just like it says EQ. But and then on the bias knob, the bias has a little bit of EQ sculpting too, but it mostly just controls it from being a smooth fuzz to a more splatty, splotchy fuzz. And again, really on both sides, it's the volume. I never really got it. Well, you can see it now if you look at it. We got the fuzz at 12 o'clock, but overall, what I was really getting at is you're not going to be starving for volume. There's plenty of volume.
Never. It is on tap constantly with this pedal. It is so cool. So, well, you've heard, as we mentioned earlier, both of them on. So let's go ahead and try it with just the overdrive sound. And I'm going to be kind of moving the knobs around while William does his thing. So take it away, man. fan. I'm such a big fan. So I'm naturally just like a warmer tube screamer kind of guy, and you can really just kind of dial that in. But you notice yourself, you can look for just all kinds of tones, and you could totally find them in this pedal. I love whenever you just dime out everything except for the volume, and just you get that really just big boomy twang, and you don't really get that in a lot of your other tube screamers or a lot of your other overdrives. You just get that really nice big vintage tone out of it, and I don't care what guitar you're using, it will give that just inherent twang to it for some reason or another, and that's the magic of that side. I really thoroughly enjoy that one. So that being said, let's take a look at the other side, which is my personal favorite. It's going to be the Fuzz. So like I said earlier, this is based off of their Firefly circuit. So once again, big 60s tone. Once again, I'll be rolling the knobs and take it away, man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So one thing that I want to kind of point out is while we were playing, I was messing with the knobs. You'll notice some volume drops and some volume boost. This thing has so much volume on tap, it is ridiculous. You can just overload just about anything if you wanted to. I don't know why you would, but it's an option with this one for sure.
Blow things up.
It's so fun. Who doesn't like blowing stuff up?
What happened to that time?
But as far as just the options that you can do on that Fuzz side, it's really just got, like I said, that Velcro-y, just super, just awesome, old school tone bender tone. And that's something that a lot of folks are looking for nowadays. It's a really popular tone, especially for solos. I personally love it just for that big chunky chug sound that you can do with it. I mean, just the sky's the limit on that one for sure. So now let's go back to, with this setting, everything dimed out, and we got everything kind of dimed out on this side too. Let's see how that works with having both on at the same time. Whenever we were playing it earlier, we kind of had everything toned back and had some nice controls, but we just really want to see, show you what it's like whenever it's completely unleashed. So violence. Do your worst.
I mess it up.
So good.
It
So
screams.
good.
Screams.
So you'll notice whenever about halfway through that, I switched over to the stacking, or I switched the switch in the middle. That is the stacking option for the two. It gets significantly louder when you switch it over here because now you're working with the volume afterwards on the overdrive. So that's going to give you that big boost tone. You can actually use this as a clean boost if you would like to. It's one of those things that you can just roll back all the controls and give yourself a nice little modeling tone on like a vintage style, and then you can just up the volume, and then you just have a completely different amp sound. So you can do a lot of stuff with that. As mentioned earlier, you can use it as your big lead tone on top of your fuzz, so you can just have it cut through the rest of the mix if you want to. I mean, it is awesome what you can do with this pedal. So I think that's it. That's the JHS Calhoun V2. Anything else you want to add note-wise before we play us on out of here?
No.
Well, cool, man. Well, guys, we really thank you for stopping by. Be sure to check out the rest of our videos and subscribe if you get a chance. Also, be sure to check out masonmusicrocks.com. We got all the goodies there if you ever want to see anything. And as always, guys, good to see you. Rock on.